welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the PiGosaur Cup. PiGosaur Cup number 88, your weekly dose of PiGosaur Cup action. I'm of course VIP with you. I'm joined by these amazing players and by the ByuN chat as well. Welcome one all to another week of PiGosaur Cup, a very special edition, by the way, because this is not just a new patch, this is the new patch. A hotfix was applied merely a couple of hours ago, and now we are live with said hotfix. Let's go. Let us go. It's morning in the other hand corner of Lockdown. We have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the Mexican Zerg player, the red Zerg, representing Exerted Esports. It is Cham. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we are diving into our fresh best of. Meanwhile, a big shout to Zerg Troll in the chat. Papi Zerg Troll. Good to see you after quite some time. I know you. I do recognize you drop by every now and then, but thank you so much for the support. Subscribing for 17 months, Papi. Thank you so much. We do appreciate it. Gracias, Papi. Gracias. As we are selling into our series, just catching on up in chat. Hola, bienvenidos. Buenos dias. As again, we're jumping into our fresh series, fresh best of 3. Welcome to Lockdown. Lockdown is an interesting map, and the map pool does have a ramp coming into the natural base, of course. A ramp to the natural with a much more defendable 2-base setup. But meanwhile, the third base on the low ground is a little bit more exposed. The low base on the high ground third base, though, is much more defendable as well. We often do see a secure 3-base setup in towards the mid game, but we'll see if we can get there as we embrace our ZVT on the brand new shiny hotfix version of the patch. Catching up, Matthew. Early to stream, not the first quacker. 17 months and no first quack. Oh no. It's good to see you again. Good to see you. There's very troll. But also welcome everyone else, of course. Bienvenidos. When it comes to the hotfix itself, there have been some changes made. A couple of changes, of course, are the change to the Reaper, the change to the adapted build time. We will discuss it a little bit further tomorrow during the podcast. We will have you covered there with a little bit more of an in-depth analysis. When it comes to this matchup and what is going to be affected, one, the Reaper arrives a little bit later. The reasoning for this is because we saw a lot of pull first builds out of Zerg players to be able to defend against the first Reaper because it was arriving so quickly, and hatch first was less viable. So we saw a lot of pull first out of Zerg players, and this is to make hatch first now the norm, and that come into play. I believe that is the rationale behind slowing down both the Adept and the Reaper. Meanwhile, the larva production rate, the respawn rate, has been increased. Again, it was 10.7 initially, then it went down to 9, then up to 9.5, and now it's 9.9 seconds. Still faster than the previous patch, of course, but now it is going to be slower compared to the previous PTR version of the game, and we'll see if that does help, because again, Zerg has been overtuned in all Zerg matchups, ZVT and ZVP, to the point where Protoss and Terran players are forced to all in every single game for the past week of play. As Reaper does arrive, will threaten the mineral line. A drone's going to be pulled away. Nice control here by Cham. Does save all of his weakened workers. Does save his drones. So it's with the Reaper. At the same time, opted to skip his Ling production. Okay, bold move here by Chen. Just purely a Queen defense. Will drone, will saturate, will defend, and will be able to maintain their economy for the most part. The Reaper does dip back in, but again, the Queen is keeping up. The Queen will defend. Cham is opting to go for a delayed third base, so staying on 2 bases a little bit longer, getting up to 2-base saturation. Meanwhile, ByuN going for a straight up 1-1-1. Okay, despite the change to the lava rates, we do have a much more aggressive follow-up here from ByuN still. 1-1-1, hyper aggression. I say hyper aggression, more aggressive build here, going for a delayed third TC. This puts a lot of onus on ByuN to get damaged up with his Hellions and with his Banshees. The issue here, though, is that Cham is playing very safe by staying on 2 bases, and most likely will get into Roach play as well. Like, Roach play is the bread and butter for Cham. He's very fond of Roach play, and that's kind of what we're expecting out of Cham coming in towards the mid game. For now, once he's reached 2-base saturation, third hatchery is now on the way for Cham. Helly is still going to be massing. Here comes that add-on slope into said Banshee. Let's go. Let us go. I forgot my Twitch password. Been a while since before SCL. No. Zerg Troll. Been watching the whole series on S2 Cast. There you go. Light makes us spines and sunkens every time. Like, look, you understand what I mean, okay? When I say spine crawlers or sunken crawlers, look, it's the same thing. It's fine. I think there are some times where I say like prism instead of like shuttle, or vice versa. Or I think there are some other examples, like dropship instead of medevac, or vice versa. Yeah. Look, you get me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I usually correct myself like soon after. For now though, we do have our Banshee moving out. Again, Cloak is being researched. Behind this, Cham has yet to scout, has not dipped into the main base, is not fully aware as to what's going on, has scouted the Hellions, is aware of at least the 1-1-1 follow-up, maybe 3CC, maybe not. Now is able to actually not quite confirm the third command center, but Spores are finishing up in time to defend. The Banshee shouldn't get too much done, at least harassing, but that's a lot of Hellions here for ByuN. He's going to be moving out with 8 Hellions, and he's looking to dive into a mineral line. Does catch the active tumor. Nice pick off. Queen's in position. Hellions, they do poke in, but they don't quite commit. They poke in for a moment. Banshee into the main base. Again, the Spore does defend. Queens are trying to keep up as Banshee does hit the natural now. And does get one. And gets one drone so far. We'll catch some transferring drones as well. Very fortunate here, catching up to 3. Yeah, 3 drone kills. Oh, Hellions are poking between the bases, clearing up all the creep. Once again, there's no overseer here, and looks like we have a bit of a lag spike once again. What's going on? Again, I still don't know if it's a server or not, but like every now and then on the US server, like bam, like, we just spike up to like 2,000 ping. Like what? But we know it's been happening to other casters and other players. But there we go, 11 drone kills here. The Banshee does dip in between bases. We're still not done. No, we're still not done. Getting up to 14, 15, 16 drone kills. And can we force a cancel? The hatchery does complete. Cham, in a moment of desperation, counterattack. He just floods across the map. But we have a full wall. Oh no! Okay, that was close. We have a full wall here on the high ground. Hellions are still being active. Banshees are still alive. Finally, one of them goes down. The second one as well, but not before 17 drone kills. Again, brutal damage is being dealt. 17 drones. The Hellions, they do rotate back in. They head into the mineral lines, and more drones are falling. Yeah, more drones are going down. GG gets called critical damage, and ByuN, through sheer harass, takes game number 1. GG. GG, well played. ByuN pulling a bit of a clem here, going straight up 1-1-1, going for a late expansion, a late third TC in favor of aggression. If you recall, we mentioned that the pressure was on ByuN. If ByuN failed to do damage, ByuN would fall behind, 100%. So ByuN, he had to get damage done, and boy did he. With that pressure being on him, he was able to pull apart the defenses of Cham and deal critical damage. GG. GG, well played, as ByuN takes the lead, and now we're jumping to game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As we are getting into our second game, we're going to be loading into at Attorney's Edge, and we'll see if Cham can tighten up his defenses and be able to minimize losses here. Once again, I don't think Cham was able to fully recognize the build of choice. Cham knew that it was a 1-1-1 variation, but again, I don't think he was able to confirm early enough whether there was a third TC or not. The Overlord was a little bit later to go into the main base to scout, and we saw a bit of a lackluster defense there from Cham. He was keeping up with the Queens for a time, but eventually damage was found, damage was done. As we are loading into game 2 and spawning in the top left-hand corner of At Attorney's Edge, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Blue Terran leading the series 1-0. It is ByuN for Shopify. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Red Zerg player. The Red Zerg player himself, the Mexican Zerg. It is Cham. Let's go. Let us go. How about you show us your pants? Ah, you're an animal. It's too cold, Pappy. It's too cold. Ah, I can't find them. They're gone. Ah, no. Ay. Yes. So here we go, number 2 here. And again, game 1 was relatively straightforward in regards to the builds of choice. I mean, it came down to Cham's reaction to his execution of defense and having a bit of a harder time keeping up and maybe even lacking a bit of link production. And again, we expected Roach play, but there was no Roach one at Cham either. So it was a little bit more vulnerable to that aggression. But let's go. Let's go. Ah. It's a secret. Oh, no. Oh, no. But yeah, definitely a positive thing that we've had our hotfix here earlier this morning. I know that it did disrupt a qualifier. I know the RSL European qualifier was this morning, and I believe the hotfix happened mid-series, so I was less than ideal for the EU qualifier. But outside of that, it's definitely a good thing that we've had our change, and definitely good to hear that they're willing to make some more changes as well coming into the next couple of weeks. I'm sure they're going to be waiting for Home Story Cup to occur and then taking feedback from Home Story Cup, which will be over the weekend. There are some people that have been asking about Home Story Cup as well, whether we're going to be casting. We actually were offered to cast Home Story Cup as a B stream, but we did decide to turn it down. I mentioned earlier that right now the European events are very, very late, and it is nice to have a semblance of sleep. So we will not be covering Home Story Cup this year. Maybe another time. Maybe. But yeah, we're trying to be responsible. We're trying to cut back on some of the DGen casting that we've been doing, and actually have a semblance of a schedule. We're trying. For now, though. For now, ranks expand. We do have our relatively, standard opener here from ByuN into factory, and we'll see if he goes for another 1-1-1 or not. Eyes are going to be on ByuN, as ByuN does cut some corners here. And if you noticed, no SCV Scout. No SCV Scout by ByuN, and also no Reaper Scout either. So ByuN is going to be cutting corners here. He's cutting corners, he's being greedy, and we'll see if he is able to get away with it. Meanwhile, Cham does recognize, of course, hold up, you're skipping Reapers, you're skipping Scouting, you're skipping SCVs, going for a cheeky Roach Horn there. There it is. Gas is mined. Gas is continuing to be mined. Second gas on the way. Roach Horn gets thrown down. As I mentioned, this is the opportune moment for a Roach all-in. Why is that? Because ByuN is playing blind, right? ByuN is cutting corners. This is the time to all-in a Terran, and we'll see if Cham can pull this off. We'll see if he can punish ByuN for the lack of vision and lack of scouting. Let's go. Let's go. It's crowdfund lights trip to Home Story. Oh, no. No shot. No shot. The dream, one day to maybe go. One day, but... It's quite a trip, Pat. It's quite a trip. For now, Roach Horn does finish. Roach Horn does complete. We do have our 6 roaches on the way, and again, ByuN doesn't know what's going on. Behind this, ByuN is going for a 1-1-1 at least. He's not rushing into a third TC, so at least ByuN isn't being too greedy in the aftermath of the greedy build. But again, he's still going to be vulnerable here. There's no bunker, there's no tank production, there's no Sankum production either. It's going to be Hellions, and Hellions, they struggle against the roaches, and here comes Cham. He is going to be pulling the trigger. He's going to be rushing across the map. ByuN, he will scout this ahead of time with the Hellions at least, so he will have a couple of seconds to react. And with those couple of seconds, he can pull the boys and try to evacuate the natural. So we'll see if he does end up doing so. Behind this, we just see the Banshees on the way. We're trying to amass up some Hellions, but again, it's going to be a tough hold here for Cham, because, tough hold for ByuN, as Cham is completely all in. Completely all in with flooding Lings, flooding Roaches, flooding Ravagers as well. We're going to try to make a stand, and there is going to be that one Banshee that will help focus on the Ravagers at least. But oh boy. Has control with the Lings. They pull away. Lings pull away. ByuN, he evacuates the low ground. Yeah, it does evacuate. Killing this depot will supply block ByuN. Yeah, it's going to be supply blocked. Banshee has arrived, going for the first Ravager. Ravager is going to be focused down. Ooh, doesn't land a bile. But again, the army should break through that wall. Second Ravager falls. Down to 1. 1 Ravager left. Oh, going for Cloak. Okay. Yeah, Cloak is going to be denied. A nice pickup. Denies Cloak. Moves further in. Lings, they head for the mineral line. Oh, decent Hellion volley. Yeah, Hellion shot's going to be going off. Lings, they do clump up. Ooh, Lings, they get roasted. Roaches, they get into the mineral line, but ByuN, he will hold. He will clean this up. Very nice movement here by ByuN, pulling back into the mineral line, catching out all those Lings. And ByuN, how many SCVs did he just lose? 0. Oh, 0 SCV kills. Again, ByuN, he was so patient to pull back to the mineral line to minimize any kind of losses. 0 workers lost, and Cham is falling behind. Cham, that was meant to kill, by the way. That was supposed to kill, failed to kill. There's no third expansion, minimal droning as well. Now we're going into 2-base, a lair into 2-base Spire. Desperation move here by Cham. And this needed more damage. Again, one of the reasons why this did so little, of course, is that ByuN was able to scout ahead of time, was able to react, was able to evacuate the mineral line, lose 0 SCVs, and just play it safe. Play it safe. Shout out to the MVP Banshee, of course, focusing down those Ravagers one after the other. And yeah, this is a brutal position. And again, I don't fault Cham for the build. Like the build made perfect sense to do based on what ByuN was doing. But again, like he got scouted in the center here by the Xel'Naga Tower, by the Hellions, of course. ByuN, he reacted well enough. You could definitely make an argument that maybe Cham shouldn't have wasted time on those 2 depots. Because he did kill those 2 depots, that did give enough time for ByuN to focus on some of the Ravagers with the Banshee before we could really make use of the Biles. So there's that, maybe that one bit of criticism when it comes to the urgency of pushing up the ramp, breaking into the main base, and getting into the mineral line. As that would have allowed for maybe like 2 extra Biles, and of course some extra Ravager DPS as well. I keep wanting to say Raven. Some extra Ravager DPS, like maybe. But even then, that might not have been enough, because that's still only, we're still only talking about like a couple of seconds being shaved off, like maybe 10 seconds. Oh. Meanwhile, the Mutas will shut down the initial Banshees. 4 drones going to be going down. Cham going for Ninja Base. Okay, sure. Like this. Does expand here on the top side. And Mutas have been revealed. Back at home, we have Mines and we have Marines. Yeah, the Marines and Mines are setting up. Ooh, setting up a trap here behind the factories and next to the steam vents. Mutas, they pick in. Uh oh. They rotate towards the main. Up! Oh, the mine shots! They're gonna. Oh my god! 1, 2, 3! 3 more! God, oh, the unicorn! GG gets caught! Oh no! The trap, Abby. There were 4 mines behind the factory. GG, well played. And with that, ByuN will claim the series 2-0. Will advance on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Again, Cham, unfortunately, I mean, he was already in a really rough position to begin with, even if the Mutas didn't go down there. But ByuN, he set up the trap, he laid the trap, set up behind the factory, behind the steam vents as well. And Cham, he was not fast enough to react. Didn't quite notice. GG. GG, well played. With that, ByuN will claim the series 2-0, and we will get into our next round. Let's go! Exclamation mark B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves. Let's catch up on that bracket, and let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. It's a trap app, yeah. ByuN ending the series with some flair, Pappy, with some flair. GG, well played. Cham is out, ByuN is in. ByuN will advance onto the semifinals, and ByuN is waiting for the winner of Solar versus Nicorette. Meanwhile, in the upper bracket, we have Clem versus Geralt in a TVP. We have Kira versus Camo in a TVP as well. Camo gets a walkover win over Percival. I hope everything's okay with Percival. I don't know if you noticed, but Percival has been very MIA as of late. Has been very missing in action. Has been a little bit unavailable in recent times.